Conor McGregor comes out taking some shots at Canelo Alvarez, saying that all he comes with is 300K buys, and he's not really a seller. Uh, he also called him a cornflake, which is kind of funny, that he actually came out and was going at Canelo Alvarez at this time, especially with the way this fight is leading and coming out right now, and the way UFC is going up against the Canelo date and everything else that's going on. It's just it's funny how things are kind of playing out right now. He says Canelo's cornflake. He's about 300. He has about 300K buys in him. He does not generate nothing near what he seeks to be paid. UFC Noche is going to run them from the strip. Sheik Turkey was right moving on. Canelo doesn't sell. This is what Conor McGregor said. And Dana White was said, I was skeptical from the jump saying that Conor would fight in 2024. I am not about 2025. I think Conor will fight in UFC in early 2025. And he was saying that because they were trying to insinuate that Conor may be interested in the fight against Canelo Alvarez. And Canelo said, as far as with a potential fight with Conor McGregor, he said, yeah, why not? We never talked about it. Then we'll see. Then we'll show boxing is better. Easy, easy, very easy money. I knock him out. At the time, I want 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, whatever I want. Canelo think he'll KO McGregor in a couple rounds. And not saying that he's done with his career or anything like that, but Canelo just saying, man, this guy's definitely going to be an option if he wants to talk. And I'll go in the ring and get an easy buck off of him. And I know a lot of people will say, well, man, that's an MMA guy. You're not at the end of your career right now. Why would you jump in the ring with him? You're only 34 years old and you just turned 34. You're not an old man. You're still in your prime, as you would consider. This is probably your last prime year. So the next 2 or 3 fights that Canelo has is going to be his last prime years, most likely. Unless he changes the game and he's in his prime at 35 years old. So a lot of people are skeptical and saying, why is this fight even being sought after or talked about? Well, we've seen Tyson Fury fight Ngannou recently in the middle of his prime in his career. So that usually happens in this day and age, in this era. So once you have a star or a fighter as big as him that's at that level, paying that much to fight an MMA fighter, it's definitely going to be considered normal after a while. And a lot of these other guys who are considered bigger stars than him or the face of boxing, they're going to be looking at, why aren't we considering these big fights like these other guys are? I mean, if I was Canelo, and this is just being unbiased and this is just being real, if I was Canelo Alvarez and I seen Tyson Fury sit up here and say, hey man, I'm fighting this MMA guy, and you're Canelo Alvarez, bro, I'm not finna turn around and fight all these hard guys and everybody else is having cakewalks. I'm gonna have a cakewalk too. At least one. Because now I'm getting the pressure of me fighting everybody else and guys is fighting MMA guys. And I was saying that last year. I was saying, man, y'all gonna make it normal because y'all got guys who's not even qualified to be doing this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And right now, it's not far-fetched from what I've seen. Not to say that it's right or correct or wrong or whatever. I already said my thoughts on it months ago, and I ain't changed on it. But at the same time, I gotta keep it real. These guys aren't really putting out the fights like Canelo is right now. And is he fighting everybody that people are asking for? No, but at the same time, 7 years ago, people were okay with the fights he was having. So he feels like his mindset is the same. Like, okay, I'm still fighting the same type of level, the same level of guys I was fighting back then. So I don't know what these fans are even talking about right now. Like, it's funny because I don't even know what fans are talking about. And And I've been on the side where I wasn't really too pleased with a lot of the Canelo fights. But then it's like everybody's starting to mention stuff I've been saying over the years, and it's like, why are you complaining now? Like, this dude is almost 35. He's 34 years old right now. What is there complaining about now? So I would definitely watch the fight. To be honest with you, am I a big fan of it? Nah, I'm not a big fan of it. But at this time right now, we're not having any kind of fights that people are asking for. So this wouldn't be too far fetched off of what we're looking at. But yeah, I could see him having a fight like that. But with Conor McGregor and UFC doing right now, I don't think so. Just because UFC is in a point right now where they need Conor McGregor to kind of have the tail end of his career be remembered as a guy who was actually in the cage and not somebody who was in a boxing ring. He hasn't fought in a long time, and then when he did get a payday from his boxing match, a lot of fans say he hasn't been the same since. So if you look at things like that, you can kind of tell that he's not trying to move on and just make up a boxing match. But he is interested in it. You know, money talks. Also, with Canelo, money talks. But, you know, he'll fight most of these guys that they put in front of him. But everybody has to be around it, though. Everybody has to be all in with it. The fans and the media. A lot of these guys aren't all in. They don't really care about none of it. They're just there for the show. They're not really invested in the sport. But that's all I got. Like and subscribe.